what Kaiser's done here, whereby he's moved out of that tri-brush, which we don't see. Well, we see a little bit more now.
Yeah.
He's moved out of the tri-brush, grant vision of this little choke point, so that iSG can't 5-man invade that tri-brush and guarantee a pick or a flash onto the top.
So this human line of, skirmish, or vision rather, because they're not skirmishing, but the vision really is just to ensure that nothing strange happens, no jungle invasions, everything starts off just fine. And it's really important to see where the jungler starts as well. However, it does not seem like either team is going to be putting down any wards to gain vision of the enemy jungler.
I like the move here coming from Caitlyn Lulu. Will miss that Peacemaker. Should need some good damage early on. It takes a little bit of trading trades around though, getting some good damage. The bouncy bomb will actually hit. Good harass coming in from Montrez in the mid lane. I liked what Warlock and Lloyd tried to do here. They tried to get to lane early and shove this lane early so that they could hit level 2 faster and proceed to dominate Crazy Pine and Vera in that bottom lane. However, Crazy Pine and Vera didn't have to help out Windowlicker with damaging.
So in terms of the early jungle moves, we saw that actually BBTY had to help Windowlicker a little bit, and that lead would have given Bangkok Titans BKT the information saying, okay, Amumu starting blue. However, on the side of BKT, none of the lanes actually went to leash, so SGS is kind of blind on the path that Pantheon is on now, and BKT is just making use of that information, knowing where the jungler is, shoving in early, getting good poke down, especially in mid lane. Wow, both pots already burnt for Shinya.
Despite Pantheon being a stronger jungler than Amumu early on into the game, Amumu still clears his camps incredibly fast. He's already taken out red buff and has moved on to his Wraith camp. Pantheon is still working on taking down that red buff. So you can see that Windowlicker is faster in clearing these camps, just not as strong early on. He needs to abuse this, hit level 6 faster than Pantheon, and start to either counter gank or gank lanes of his own and force Pantheon to show himself early, get ahead, and start to contribute to team fights instead of lanes. Right, would be what Windowlicker should try to focus on.
Indeed, and we see now, Fish, that the way the junglers are moving, it's interesting because we said that Caitlyn and Lulu would be the ones pushing into tower, but because Amumu was in the bottom side of the jungle, the dual lane of iSG really felt very comfortable pushing into lanes. So great
Lloyd does get hooked in by Vera, doesn't have the play, does now have the play though. Lloyd's taking down solo, Ignite will be popped onto his head. Will have to flash and use his barrier to get away from that one. So that's 2 summers down for Lloyd in the bottom lane. Good synergy and coordination coming in from Crazy Pine and Vera, and that's one of the reasons why I actually really want Crazy Pine to get his hands on Vera. BBTY might get a little bit of trouble.
The ward just timed out.
Here comes NDD jumping in onto BBTY here. Has to be a little bit careful though. Kaiser will get turned around on by BBTY. Pops that Ignite down. Both of them are taking here. Has to flash away. NDD will throw one final spear. Should be enough for first blood. And we'll be able to pick that one up. Good move from BBTY to try and take down Kaiser, but
very close right there. If he had just threaded in one more auto attack, slight miscalculation, but really good move nonetheless for him to try and trade. Unfortunately, both his flash and Ignite are down. Kaiser did not burn flash, so we take stock of just a little bit of the action that went on down there. Hang on, Charm in the mid lane.
And Trestle does get stunned up by Windowlicker. Has to pop that snowman to try and jump away. Builds a snowman incredibly quickly to jump away from the gank. Actually used his flash as well, and it looked like he didn't flash the maximum distance there. a little bit hesitant on that one, but Shinya and Windowlicker coordinated really well to lock him down. He's going to lose a ton of experience thanks to that gank coming out from Mr. Mumu.
Right. So NDD making the right call right there to go to the lane which he knew would be pushed up. We know Renekton always loves to bully early on, so making use of that. His timing was really good as well. There was some great communication by BKT to say, okay, oh,
good flash play coming in from Vera here. Lloyd's going to try and flash away. Good hook coming out though. Stun coming out from Mumu. Lloyd's going to try and pick up Crazy Pine here, but he will not be able to do so. Warlock might try and turn around because he has some of his own flash getaway. I forgot that he still had his flash available.
Right.
Crazy Pine manages to live in that situation. Takes the Dark Passage to get the second proc of that shield to get away cleanly in that situation. Lloyd almost managed to turn that one around, but good flash play, hitting both targets coming in from Vera there.
Yeah, so that was Bangkok Titans getting a little bit too overconfident with the amount of harass they had on Crazy Pine. You could see how far they were pushed up without any vision in the river, so really a bit overzealous there. And you know, we talk about how Mumu can just come in with some of the crowd control that can be layered. Flash play into bandage toss, easy pickup right there.
Really easy pick going. BBTY and Kaiser up in the top lane. Just gonna brawl it out. It's all about the end of the game. Just gonna continue butting heads to one another. Neither is gonna win this duel. Kaiser really needs his Blade of the Ruin game to start sustaining well against BBTY. Until then, BBTY's Calm Meek and his Doran's Blade will be enough for him to sustain well in lane. Mid lane, we did see early on Shinya was able to coordinate a gank off with Windowlicker. That is what has allowed him to control this mid lane a bit easier, especially with the flash down on Ziggs. One charm might even be devastating for interest.
Right, so the next 1 minute is going to be very key for iSG because a lot of flashes are still down. Windowlicker should be rushing his level 6 and just going to a lane immediately to hit, you know, the gank before the flashes come back up. So I assume he'll just hit about 1 or 2 more camps and then just go for the gank. Meanwhile, we see Shinya already making his roam.
He's already rotating down the bot lane, but one spotted by a ward.
Yes.
Immediately when he walked over that ward in the river, the first thing we saw from Lulu was to speed up and run away as fast as possible, which is cue for Shinya to head back to the mid.
Pretty big tell right there. They know there's a ward there for sure. You know, we talk about Mumu hitting level 6. NDD, likewise on his Pantheon, will be hitting level 6. And it'll be very interesting to see if he's able to track the movement of Windowlicker. He will be able to use this quasi-global, you know, Grand Skyfall to match that ultimate. And we'll see how it all goes down.
Mumu takes the second blue of the game here. Shinya does not get that second blue. However, Ziggs was donated the blue buff, so he's gonna have a bit more control and poke in this mid lane. They do spot out that Windowlicker was moving up to this top lane due to a ward in the river. Because of that, we have
so we see the different jungle focuses on right now. Windowlicker is going to be setting up a possible three-man dive, but Kaiser is having none of it, getting out of there. Shinya's move back and forth.
Here comes
on the river. Grand Skyfall coming in.
Into the bottom lane. Will jump in onto the Crazy Pine here. He's in a little bit of trouble. Vera may be the focus here as we do see Kaiser get jumped into the top lane. Here comes this mega inferno ball coming from Ziggs. Will not be enough to delay the death coming in from Vera here. He'll get taken out of service support. Kaiser, the ignite, one more tick will not be enough. The dragon will live in that situation. He's actually probably burn out and try and run away even further away here, but Windowlicker didn't use his curse of the sad mummy. No, still has that available. Bangkok Titans with the information they have though of Windowlicker being up in the top lane, and due to the fact they were able to take down Vera, will
This
be
is
able
a
to
free
pick up this
dragon for them. Easy, no contest right here. Jungler's still too busy at top lane. You know, BBT. Oh, hang on, Shinya's going in.
Assassin flashes in to make sure he is able to get turned into a little portal, I think. There, as Lloyd now in a little bit of trouble.
Turn around. Oh, this is way too aggressive by iSG, I felt.
Uses his 90 caliber net to jump over that wall there, but Shinya flashed for the charm there.
Yeah.
Wasn't
Flash
able
for the
to get
charm.
the full
Used his
shot.
ignite.
Use
His ultimate, but you gotta really question that call from Shinya right there. The dragon was already taken, and he was running into at least two forms of crowd control, both the polymorph and the stun from Pantheon. So a lot of summoners, a lot of things burnt for basically nothing in return. I feel that iSG needs to really get a hold of this game.
But not something I need to point out as well. Despite Windalika losing a dragon for his team by rotating top lane and trying to get a gank off onto Shyvana, look at the minion score difference. About 35 minion score in advantage, or 30 minion score in advantage to BBTY up in the top lane. That is a significant lead for Renekton early on against Shyvana.
So crying apparently gets you minions. You know, if you're ever feeling down, you should be very happy with your farm. As it stands, however, we see right now that because of the roams from Shinya being, you know, rather ineffective, burning his summoners, I feel that until his ulti comes back up, he has to be a little bit careful. NDD's ultimate will be coming back up, and they know that Shinya just burnt everything. That may be the focus for the next Pantheon gank.
So, despite BKT picking up the first dragon, first blood, and our kill ahead of iSG, as we see Waylaga jumps in onto Warlock, the threshold will hit, jumps in, gets the death sentence down, will put the flame back into Warlock, has already used his ultimate of Wild Growth. Here comes the nice use of the satchel to knock back Crazy Pine there. Nice bouncing ball. The ace in the hole will hit Vera, though the last spear will be enough to take him down. Good counter engage coming in from the Bangkok Titans here. Now, we do see Ziggs jumping out with a bouncing ball will miss here. Drizzle still chasing him down. Will not be able to hit that explosive minefield. Do see BBTY jumping into Kaiser up in the top lane. Is running over the burning bats. Look at that. That's the auto attack. Will be enough to pick off Kaiser up in the top lane. Good kill for BKT up in the top, but nice turnaround, even better turnaround for BKT.
Right, so that's what we were talking about. If a Mumu engages and Pantheon is nearby or able to predict where the action will come in, he just uses his Grand Skyfall to counter that, and the cleanup is great. They get kills and the tower. So, you know, iSG managed to pick up a kill on Lulu, but they have no objective to follow that up on. Meanwhile, they did get a kill at the top lane, so, you know, BBTY is going to be very happy getting the top tower. So good job on his side. Staying ahead in towers, but wow, great move by BKT right there, using the Pantheon ult.
I really feel like using Curse of the Sad Mummy there was a huge misplay for iSG, and also the culling coming out from Crazy Pine put him in a position whereby Caitlyn could get free auto attacks down onto it while he was trying to take down Warlock. That really opened them up to that counter engage coming in from the Bangkok Titans.
Right, so top lane tower down, mid lane tower down. What do you think is going to be the next objective focus for both of these teams? I mean, like they're in mid lane now.
What iSG really needs to do is allow Renekton to group up with his team, abuse the fact that he is so far ahead of Shyvana, and can afford some time away from lane, especially with that top tower down.
Right.
And make a pick onto a member of the Bangkok Titans to allow the rest of his team to get back into this game, because despite iSG being counter-engaged there, losing a tower. They're ahead by one tower, but I've lost the dragon and are behind a kill. They're still ahead by about 300 gold. So they're even in this game.
And you gotta wonder, you know, because for us as casters, we can see the numbers laid out before us. We gotta wonder what's going on in the player's head. Gang just got turned around, the lost dragon, got a tower. So I wonder if iSG has that mentality to really layer that crowd control we were talking about and find those picks you were talking about, Fish.
They will have to know, though, that the strongest member of the team right now is Renekton.
Yes.
Up in the top lane. Close behind him will be Crazy Pine, who has been able to pick up his Bloodthirster, compared to Caitlyn, who is only sitting on the pickaxe right now.
Right.
Also, Windalika, 1-0-1 against 2-0-1 Pantheon. He is ahead in turn score, so he's about 15 million of Pantheon, thus making him relatively even in Pantheon, although NDD does have that giant spell advantage right now. Windalika may be able to create a pick here with his Bandage Toss and Vera being up in the top lane.
Right. So this is nice by iSG, getting in some deep wards, getting the jungle warded up. Grand Skyfall!
Grand Skyfall will land, will not be able to hit anybody though as NDD continues chasing for a little bit as that Dark Passage will be thrown out by Thresh 2. Not ready to get to a little bit of safety. NDD's Grand Skyfall will be down for quite some time,
right,
giving iSG the go to try and take more objectives, and with that, Crazy Pine is going to go on to this one.
So time to capitalize, prime time for iSG to capitalize. Grand Skyfall used to no effect at all. Bottom tower should be secured. There it is, bottom tower secured for iSG. All outer turrets are down, and in 45 seconds, Dragon will be coming up. Again, that Grand Skyfall is not available for that hard engage, that burst of damage early on. iSG should force this, as you mentioned, with Renekton grouped up with them, using that power that he has, this early to mid-game, you know, advantage that sooner or later Shyvana will begin to outscale him.
So now iSG have a little bit of breathing room, a little bit on the back foot after that counter engage coming in from NDD. However, with all three outer turrets down, it's going to be a bit hard for them to maintain vision control and map control. You can already see BBTY is aggressively pushing into this inner tower of Bangkok Titans up in the top lane, not Kaiser at all. Not even afraid of any counter ganks coming out, or any ganks coming out from the Bangkok Titans to the top lane.
Yeah, and you can see why he's so confident to do so. The top half of the Bangkok Titans jungle is just lit up. So many wards there, but the focus should now be shifting to Dragon. Great move. Crazy Pine's a little bit far off for this, but BKT do not have the vision advantage, so this should go to iSG. They should be able to rush it down immediately.
Shinya starts on the Dragon here, so they will be able to pick this one up, I feel. Might actually see an engage coming out from the Bangkok Titans here to try and pick this up. They might be able to do so. No, it will go to Windalika. Now Kaiser's in a lot of trouble. He's been taken out solo. Kristen Mami should come out here. Does come out. Kaiser's taken out solo. Is ignited as well. Shinya wants to go in this one. Nice wall growth to stop his advantage.
BBTY is here.
BBTY is coming in. Coldaming should be used very soon onto Intrazo. He gets taken out. But Bangkok Titans have turned this around. It's BBTY left to dual Lloyd here. Gets so much damage down. Will miss the second slice and dice. Now BBTY getting engaged on by the Bangkok Titans. He is still an incredibly strong crocodile though. He could turn this around anytime he likes. Nice flash shot coming in by NDD. Gets the shutdown onto Pantheon. But the kill will go to the Bangkok Titans and they turn around that fight. Picking up 5 kills for 3 in that situation, but they do lose the Dragon.
You know, and despite all that fish that just went down, iSG still ahead by 200 gold. We'll be moving to a replay of that. Let's see exactly what happened. Take us through this, fish.
So we do see here, iSG were content on taking down this dragon. Here comes the Grand Skyfall. We'll get some good... No, not Grand Skyfall, sorry. The ultimate coming from Ziggs. Windelic is separated from his team. As Crazy Pine walks into a dangerous position, he takes a ton of damage here after Curse of the Sand Mummy is used. BB2I has good position in the back lines. However, Shinya jumping in here costed his team a lot because a great clutch wild growth knocked him up and prevented him from doing even more damage. BBTY was the sole savior of this team fight, flanking Bangkok Titans and getting a lot of damage down onto the individual members of the Bangkok Titans.
Yep, so some slight miscalculations there by both teams, costing them a little bit. BBTY a little late to the party. You know, we mentioned just how far ahead he was of his counterpart. Unfortunately, that shutdown gold went to Caitlyn. You know, Lloyd on that 80 carry. So again, the scaling is going to start kicking in soon for BKT. And we have to wonder if iSG, they did get the objective. Towers are down for them, but as you mentioned, they have to push a lot farther. Pew goes the ult from Caitlyn, and they're going for this mid lane tower. iSG is not in the position to defend this. They're too slow.
So the charm just barely missed from Shinya there. I feel like Windelica needs to not hold on to his Curse of the Sand Mummy so much. He needs to use it as soon as the fight starts. If he was to use that right after he smited the dragon, while both Kaiser and NDD were jumping onto his team, although it's on none of the prime targets that ISG need to focus down,
right?
It's still on the frontliners of the Bangkok Titans, and they're in a really bad position.
Zone control.
Zone control, especially with BBTY closing in from the back. And if he was able to stay healthy and get a banish toss off and get a little bit more damage now with his cry, I feel like ISG would have been in a better position at that dragon fight. However, he was still able to smite away the dragon and picked up a little bit of extra gold for his team despite going 5-3 as we do see Grand Skyfall will land. It's able to get the stun down. The Flay will not be able to knock NDD away. Shinya takes a lot of damage here. But Flash has been burned. Here goes the reinitiation coming in from Windelica. Is not able to land his Curse of the Sand Mummy. It's a prime target of Bangkok Titans here. Flash in for it. Won't get it, but he will get taken out. B2I jumps into the team. Nice wall growth onto the Pantheon, who will eventually get taken out. Kaiser should be jumping in onto Barry here to take him down in a one-on-one situation. Flay will knock him away from the rest of the team for a matter of time. Crazy Pine gets taken out so low as Shinya is able to assassinate Lulu. Nice flash from Kaiser. Ace in the hole will not be enough as you do see Kaiser picks that one up for himself as BBTY once again carrying his team on his back to pick up a few kills for himself. That's a 3-for-3 trade. Windelica jumping with the managed toss again. This time holding his flash a little bit too long. Should have flashed in to get that Curse of the Sand Mummy off a bit earlier than he did there.
Yeah, and I think this is one of the cases where we see really, unfortunately, a bit of the inexperience, you know, that a rookie team brings. Because you talked about the flash, it was a little too late, and then Shinya and Crazy Pine with their positioning a little bit off, took a little too much poke at the start of that by the time the flash came in with the Amumu ult, they were so hesitant to re-engage because they were so low, and in the end, you know, that flash from Kaiser to just finish off Crazy Pine in the end, a very sad ending to that team fight, I felt.
Not to mention, I felt like Vera should have reinitiated as soon as Windelica went in because he was just waiting in the back lines. And the only thing that happened to him was he got singled out by Kaiser and taken down. If he was to go in, use his box, use his play, pop in a shield for both Windelica and himself, he would have tanked up a bit of damage and get taken down incredibly fast. But he would have contributed to the team fight, kept everybody clustered in one area. Windelica is going to get closed in here by Kaiser and Lulu. Kaiser's jumping in onto him, won't be able to use that blade to repeat, decides not to do so.
Right, and let's look at the kill distribution a little bit, because this really is the tale of how BKT is going to start outscaling. 5 of the kills are on Renekton, which is more than half of the team's kills for iSG. Meanwhile, 4 kills on Caitlyn, and they're using that power to really just push in. So in terms of scaling, if Bangkok Titans keeps winning these team fights and getting the objectives after, they're in a good shape. iSG has to look for that decisive pick. You know, Shinya with his DFG is going to be able to burst one of those carries down. If not, this is going to get ugly.
A feeling that we might see an initiation coming in from Windelike here if he lands a banish toss onto a prime target of Bangkok Titans. However, with Lloyd, Warlock, and Entresto playing such long-range poke-like champions, it's really hard for iSG to protect this top lane tower, just because you can already see Windelike is taking down about a quarter of his health, almost half his health actually, just from poke alone. Crazy Pine as well, that's 1/4 of his health gone from one bouncing bomb. Vera as well, 1/4 of his health gone from one bouncing bomb. They continue taking poke like this, they will have to back away from this tower eventually. Good move from them though, sending Renekton to the mid lane, their strongest champion.
This is what iSG kind of defaults to when BBTY gets ahead. 4-1 split push, get some pressure off in another lane other than the one that's being pushed obviously by, you know, the opponent team. And this is successful in relieving some of the pressure. Plus Dragon has just come up. Some of iSG has to back to heal, so BKT should have this timer. They should be going for it right now.
It's a really good play coming in from iSG here, because not only does it force the BKT to make a decision if they want to dive top lane in a 5-on-4 situation, but they're diving against a Mumu and a Thresh. They can still poke down those members and take down the turret easily. However, that will take time. By the time they do that, Renekton would have traded a tower for a tower. Windelike might get caught out here. Pops the toss, doesn't get the spike. Actually, gets the Dragon here. Nice pick up for Windelike. Mega Inferno Bomb will hit absolutely nobody. Here comes the reinitiation. Coming in from the Bangkok Titans. Stun out to Shinya. No, will not actually get stunned. He'll get charmed actually as the Dragon jumps into the team. BBTY locks down the Dragon for a little bit of time. Shinya will actually pull him back. No, Vera will pull him back with the death sentence. Kaiser gets taken down so low. Shinya will pick up the kill. The calling will hit nobody for a little bit of time there, but they trade 1 for 1. And Windelike, a good smite, picking up that Dragon. And a good bandage toss as well.
That was a hero bandage toss.
Hero bandage toss.
Flew in. Superman. Mumu. Gotta happen, Riot, please. But nonetheless, I want to just touch on how heroic that really was, because he managed to get a steal on his own. I don't think Thresh was even around to, you know, lantern him out from how deep he went. And Crazy Pine was at bottom, clearing that massive creep wave. So, wow, Windelike keeping his team in there, and because of that massive creep wave and the Dragon they just picked up, goal lead has actually been extended to 2k, about 2k. So, wow, iSG making the moves, repelling some of the pressure that BKT has been putting on with this fed Caitlyn and Ziggs. Doing alright.
So this time Shinya did use his ultimate perfectly, the triple dash to jump in to get a kill on Kaiser.
Thank God.
This time he didn't jump into 5 members of the Bangkok Titans or into a wild growth coming in from Warlock here. Was able to secure a kill for his team and turn it around 1 for 1 with the Dragon pickup going to iSG. And we saw there BBTY once again really crucial positioning for his teammates, standing in the front lines, picking up damage and dealing a ton of damage in return to the Bangkok Titans.
Yeah, and Fish, you know, there's a glimmer of hope in terms of, you know, just the team fighting, we talk about the outscaling of Bangkok Titans really is that at this moment, Shyvana has 0 magic resistance. So if BKT tries to force rather than just poke with Caitlyn and Ziggs, it's possible that even with the wild growth we saw, Kaiser can be taken down by some of the damage and, you know, the DFG that Shinya is able to put out.
BBTY, though the strongest member of iSG, is in a lot of trouble. Here comes the Grand Skyfall. Ace in the hole will pop as well. BBTY in a lot of trouble as the Mega Photoball will be thrown as well. BBTY soaking out so much damage. He may actually get out of this one alive, and he does get out alive in a 5-on-1 situation. Now we have 2 members of iSG split pushing the mid lane. We have Winnerlick in the bottom lane. 3 members are in this mid lane, taking down this turret as much as they can. Winnerlick in the bottom lane, taking down the bottom lane turret as much as they can. BBTY gave from that situation, despite 5 members jumping in on
huge commitment by BKT to try and get BBTY. Failing that, they only managed to secure 1 tier 1 tower for 2 of their tier 2s. So wow, what a huge overcommitment by BKT right there. iSG has opened up really the mid and bottom side of the jungle right now. I feel that could have been a huge turning point right there. BKT really overcommitted for that.
And the only thing that iSG really lose there is the fact that Renekton had to use both his dominance and also his flash to get away from that situation. Good use of his slice and dice as well to dice through an opposition's champion so that he can get the second proc, which is the dice coming in from slice and dice here to run away from the engaging Bangkok Titans. I feel like it was a poor decision from them, especially with Sunfire Cape Spirit Visage already built onto Renekton. And we just look quickly at Amumu's items. He has a ton of magic damage. The Sunfire Cape's gonna deal AoE magic damage along with his cry, along with his despair, and also the Spectral Ray will give him a ton of ability power. I won't be surprised if this Negatron Cloak gets built into an Abyssal Scepter.
Alright.
It could potentially be Abyssal Scepter, which will deal more damage with the Sunfire Caves. You do see
Shinya's going in.
Engaged on by Shinya. Getting a lot of damage down onto Warlock on Lulu there. Gets ignited himself though, and Lloyd now. And he flashed there, trying to get a stun down.
Interesting. So, flashy Spartans unable to catch flashy foxes. Shinya likewise had the flash, but was also pulled out by the Dark Passage from Vera. And again, I think now BKT's kind of just wondering what exactly happened, because they lost so much map control that now iSG is willing to push into their jungle. We see now some of the deep wards that iSG has put down. Basically, you can see one whole line of vision that they've established deep into the jungle of BKT. And I think BKT kind of lost their footing right there. They're wondering, whoa, what just happened right there? And we see iSG gaining some confidence. Shinya again going in, but you know, not able to pick up the kill, unfortunately. Burnt everything. But there's some confidence that's being breathed into this iSG team, and I tell you what, they'll be more than ready to take this next dragon fight to BKT.
They sure will. They're about 2,000 gold ahead of the Bangkok Titans right now. It's 26 minutes into the game, so the 2,000 gold lead will count. However, it's not incredibly significant. Bangkok Titans can still outplay them if they choose to do so at this next Baron fight, which should be taking place. Instead of going for that Abyssal Scepter, it does look like a Mumu. It's going to be going for the Spirit Visage instead, which is still an incredibly tanky item. He wants to stay alive a bit longer in these fights, it seems, instead of going for that all-out damage.
Yes.
A few Mumus have been building,
so
when did you get picked
no
up?
creepy Skull Scepter for Mumu, but we do see right here that some of the items have been kicking in. Crazy Pine has been able to catch up somewhat. He has his Bloodthirster and his Static Shift right now, not going for that Triforce build, which has become quite popular on Lucian, but able to stay very mobile and against the team with, you know, a dragon running you down. It's pretty good pickup. And the thing is, keeping the lanes pushed, right? This is iSG's MO, so-called. If one of their members gets fed, especially their split pusher like BBTY, they know that they can just so-called outplay in rotations, shove the waves that they need, and then outplay 4-1 and be ready to see, you know, if BKT overcommits again. And we see Windowlicker on a lane on his own, so this isn't really a 4-1, this is a 3-1-1.
We can see as well Lloyd here on Caitlyn does have his last Whisper now. This is a good time for Bangkok Titans to pick a fight. However, because he did go back to base, pick up the last Whisper.
Oh, they have vision of them though, so
they will know where iSG are. But with BBTY in the top lane, they can still take this one without Lloyd. But if iSG go for a fight here, they have to bear in mind, last Whisper is on Caitlyn. Incredibly strong item. We will not see the Banish Toss.
Alright, so this is just going to be a standard Dragon for tier 2 trade. iSG, oh no, they're going in for the initiation.
Here comes the man drop. Nice charm onto Lulu there, as NDD will not be able to stun anyone. And a good dark passage to get everybody out of there safely, as BBTY still works his way in taking down this top lane turret. A good Grand Skyfall coming up from Pantheon, almost cutting off iSG there.
Yeah, so the thing right here is that when you play against a Thresh as Pantheon, you have to be a bit more prudent with your ultimate, the Grand Skyfall, because if you don't target, you know, oh goodness damage!
Junior does actually pick up kill onto Zigzag. Good assassination attempt. He's still fairly healthy as BBTY calls and slices and dices with his dominance into the entire team of the Bangkok Titans. Ace in the hole will hit the backside of Crazy Pine there. Windowlicker will go down for the 2 kills that iSG do pick up against the Bangkok Titans there though.
Right, so as I was saying, you have to be pretty prudent with the Grand Skyfall of Thresh around, because he'll just Dark Passage whoever, you know, you're trying to put in the center of all that. So again, that cooldown being used, not too much effect, but BKT able to collapse. They trade 2 for 1 but repel the push. However, the Dragon for the tier 2 trade again gives iSG this map presence. It opens up the map to them really, and we saw the line of vision that they established before. They're probably going to push all their lanes, go back to buy first, push up all their lanes, and then establish that line of vision once again, and look for those picks, which have been working somewhat for them, or wait for BKT to overcommit and then do a 4-1 or 3-1-1, which Windowlicker seems to kind of enjoy this game.
Windowlicker on a Mumu can clear out those waves incredibly fast, so it's not a bad strategy to implement here in this game against the Bangkok Titans. However, Shinya is now 4-1-3 with a ton of minions that he's already farmed up. He has that Void Staff, Deathfire Grasp, the Sorcerer's Boost, and we do see another Grand Skyfall coming into the mid lane, trying to cut Windowlicker off, I see, but we do see Shinya Ace in the whole whoop pop. Mega Inferno Bomb! Oh! Fantastic Flash coming in from Popstar Ari, but this may single Bangkok Titans to go for a Baron Rush.
Yeah, once again, everything used by Shinya to just get out there, get the hell out of there really, because he got so low. Clutch Flash as you mentioned, but Baron has been opened up to them.
BKT want to fight for this Baron. BBTY has his dominance. If Windowlicker is able to get to this Baron before it drops below a quarter of health, we will see an initiation. Here comes BBTY. Good cut to the sand moment, hitting 3 people there. Good walk, probe as well. NDD will go take it down. So will Kaiser. Now in Trestle, singled out by Crazy Pine. Lloyd is taking Baron damage as well. Warlock getting taken down solo as well. That was a terrible decision for the Bangkok Titans to go for Baron here. And it's a thing that we see in the Green Premier League. These teams, they love Baron so much, but Baron just doesn't like you.
No, not at all. Baron says, please go away. Basically just tenderizes them up for iSG who come in. And because the game, because Shinya was able to come back with, not an extremely long death timer, they basically just swept them clean ace, and now they're bashing on the base of BKT.
And if you saw there, BBTY came in from one angle.
Yes.
So Window could come head on into the Baron pit. This really forced the front line of Bangkok Titans to have nowhere to go. What they ended up doing is leaving the Baron pit, and by doing so, both Intresso and Lloyd were open to the damage, the pure damage coming out from Crazy Pine, and also damage coming out from Baron Nashor himself.
Yeah, we really have to credit them for getting the initiation down at the same time, squeezing them, that pincer movement from 2 sides to really squeeze BKT, and then allow Crazy Pine to kind of just slip and say, hey, sup guys, I'm untouched. Here comes damage, and he just really just destroyed, both Intresso and Lloyd with all that free auto attacks he was getting off. So inhibitor turrets to iSG, Baron to iSG. They now have a 10 gold lead just from, a bad call from BKT.
So now we do see Shinya has managed to pick up his Zonya's Hourglass as well. So another huge ability power item picked up, which will allow him to stay alive and also allow him to not have to burn his flash to evade those Mega Inferno Bombs and Trestle has been placing now pinpoint onto the head of Shinya. Mega Inferno Bomb was also a factor in that Baron fight just because it wasn't available.
Yes.
To the fact that Trestle tried to get a snipe kill onto Shinya, was unsuccessful in doing so, and did not have its ultimate back up in time for that Baron fight that just took place. And now, I actually don't even need to go for this top inhibitor. They're gonna allow BBTY to split push by itself and go for this bottom lane tower instead.
Yes.
BKT do have good wave clear though. Stop it.
So we talk about the scaling really of Shyvana against Renekton, but with the kills and the CS lead that BBTY has accumulated, 320 to 200 of Shyvana, he will be completely fine, just drawing her away from the team fight. I believe he's just gonna try and go for the inhibitor right here, while the rest of his teammates play that 4-1. Shinya doing a good job zoning off the damage.
I was about to point out, Shinya zoning out key players of iSG v.s. The charm comes in, that's actually hit Lulu. Warlock jumps in, trying to get the slow number. Crazy Pipe will take down the tower. Here comes Nick Colley. There goes the Lulu, gets instantly melted, and he has to flash away instantly back. Now Shinya has been taken out. Winnerlick is in a really tough spot here. That's getting 98 in the hole. Will not be enough. On top of the ignite, actually. As you see Crazy Pine trying to kite as much as he can. BBTY, where are you when your team needs you? He is right behind Bangkok Titans, taking on 3 members on his own. He's gonna stun NDD, toss the call to me, almost steps on a trap here. Gonna jump in onto Kaiser, gets the stun down, toss his items as well. The TMI, which has been built into the upgrade, and that's 1 member taken down. The base of Bangkok Titans though is taking a beating now. BBTY, he might try and turn here against NDD and Lloyd. Bangkok Titans were able to trade 3 of members, sorry, for 4 of iSG, but still, that's almost all their inhibitors gone.
Right. So we talked about where exactly was BBTY in that whole fight. He got top inhibitor, decided to make the call to go for the second inhibitor, the inhibitor in the mid lane. So he was a little late to the party. But overall, the base has been broken open for iSG. You know, they stayed. It's kind of strange. Shinya again, kind of trigger happy, going on that engage when really they could have just stalled it out, poked the tower away. Was doing a great job zoning them, and then decided, heck, why should I zone them when I can kill them? Unfortunately, it didn't quite work out for them, but they got 2 inhibitors, and iSG will be happy with that.
They sure will be. We saw there. iSG, I think Shinya, once again, as you said, a little bit too trigger happy. If he was to play that a bit safely, although he was able to avoid Warlock flashing in to try and shut down Shinya, if he was to play a bit safer, although he did a good job of zoning out key members of iSG as Window like a scumbag Sunfire Arcade.
Aww. Probably giving, you know, Shinya the puppy eyes right now through that present. Can presents give puppy eyes?
I don't think presents can do so, but
present
now,
eyes then.
iSG pick up another dragon. They are really far ahead of Bangkok Titans. Almost 10,000, 9,000 gold to be almost precise, ahead of the Bangkok Titans. And they have a really nice initiation and team fighting, team combat. BBTY has picked up yet another item, has a thorn mail. He has 6 items in his inventory. 8, 2, and 6 on his interior crocodile alligator with 344 minions.
Extremely scary. Basically a full build here for BBTY. Nobody else on the Rift currently able to match that claim. Grand Skyfall
into the back lines of Insidious Gaming here. NDD gonna jump in. He's gonna get taken out incredibly fast. Christian's hammer be used really fast here. NDD
they're getting shredded.
Kaiser now with the double tap coming in from Crazy Pine from his passive with BBTY in the back line, zoning out the remaining members of the Bangkok Titans, doing a good job of doing so. That's 1 member of iSG zoning out 3 members of the Bangkok Titans, while we had 2 members of the Bangkok Titans trying to take on 4 members of iSG. And iSG come on top of that. Now they're going to be able to take down these not inhibitor turrets actually, Nexus turrets, after taking out all the inhibitors here in a 3-on-5 situation. BBTY is going to jump in there, actually gets knocked back by that satchel charge. Warlock doing the best he can as Crazy Pine just whittles down those Nexus turrets. Here comes Stacy the hole into the Zanya's hourglass. But he's gonna get taken out eventually.
Wow. So
nice start coming from the trap. So now Vera in a little bit of trouble. Bouncing bomb will hit onto a trap.
oh wow.
Death Sentence with his dead body just doesn't want Warlock to leave him. He's dead already, but
Yeah.
just wants him to stay for a little bit longer.
So the Cullen comes in, gonna try and, you know, just get some vengeance for his friends. Not gonna happen, but you know, we thought BKT was kind of finished right there, but it's saying nope.
They're on their last straw though.
Yeah.
Baron's up in 30 seconds. iSG could easily go for this Baron pick up and then just finish the game. Even still, with the gold lead they have now, they could simply walk down mid lane,
Yep.
push out all 3 lanes, and allow the minions, double super minions that they will have pushing into the lanes, do the work for them.
Right, so I want to talk a little bit about the scaling that we mentioned, Shyvana, which is supposed to terrifically outscale Renekton.
It's gone.
And the Caitlyn, which was ahead, it's all gone now, you know.
All gone.
And
Double Bloodthirster.
it is just insane. Double Bloodthirster some Crazy Pine right now. Are they really going to try and catch Windowlicker?
It's turned into a little
No. It's going to be a desperation Baron.
Desperate Baron never fails, they say, but there goes a Nexus turret.
Yikes.
into the base of the Bangkok Titans. Colling's gonna be popped here. This is 5-on-4. Here comes Curse to the side mommy really shortly from Winnerluck. Actually deciding to save that for a little bit longer. Warlock's getting taken out so fast. NDD getting melted. Ace in the hole is gonna tickle BB2 try a little bit.
Yeah.
This should be game.
It almost looked like they killed him, really. Yeah.
This is game.
The minimal amount of damage it did right there. That is a crazy croc right there, and wow, just gotta say, Bangkok Titans had the game at a
and Tress was getting killed by minions.
Nah, he's ooh, that minion's a feisty one.
Feisty minion taking down Trestle solo. There's absolutely nothing that Lloyd can do here, but despite him doing his best,
it doesn't seem like they're doing any damage to him.
No damage at all. Hook will miss coming from Vera. Scumbag Vera misses all his hooks this game, but still, we will see iSG pick up this game against the Bangkok Titans in a good game as well.
Yes,